right, let's get right into it. We are going to break down some real science-backed ways to get your brain firing on all cylinders in your day-to-day life. We're not talking about sci-fi stuff here, just powerful, totally natural strategies you can literally start using today. You know the feeling, right? You walk into a room and just blank, or you open the fridge and stare into it having absolutely no idea what you were looking for. That's not just you being forgetful. It's a symptom of a much, much bigger issue that pretty much all of us are dealing with. So what's really going on? Well, here's the fundamental problem. Our brains were built for deep, sustained focus. They are incredible problem-solving machines. But the world we live in now, it just bombards them with constant notifications, endless information, and a million distractions. We're basically asking our brains to run a marathon while getting hit with dodgeballs. But here is the amazing, hopeful news. Your brain isn't set in stone. There's this incredible concept called neuroplasticity. It means your brain can literally change. It can grow, it can forge new pathways your entire life. So yeah, you have the power to train it, to make it sharper, calmer, and way more focused.
Okay, so where do we even begin? We start at the very bottom, with the physical foundation. These are the absolute non-negotiables your brain needs not just to survive, but to thrive.
Let's talk about the single most underrated superpower we have: sleep. And we're always so quick to sacrifice it, right? But sleep isn't about being lazy, it is a core performance strategy. The highest performers, we're talking athletes, top CEOs, incredible artists, they get this. They guard their sleep because that's when the magic happens. It's when your brain hits the reset button. And a huge part of that magic is something called the glymphatic system. The best way to think of it is as your brain's dedicated nighttime cleaning crew. While you're in deep sleep, this crew gets to work, flushing out all the metabolic junk that builds up during the day. If you skimp on that deep sleep, the cleanup job never gets finished, and that gunk sticks around. So how do you help the crew out? It's all about small, consistent signals. A regular sleep schedule, even on weekends, sets your internal clock. Ditching screens an hour before bed stops that blue light from messing with your sleep hormones. And making your room cool, dark, and quiet, that's like hanging a giant do not disturb sign for your brain. All right, next up in our foundation, fuel. And get ready for this number because it's wild. Your brain, which is only about 2% of your body's weight, eats up a whopping 20% of your daily energy. That's insane. It just goes to show that what you eat has a direct, immediate impact on how you think and focus. So what's on the menu? Think of omega-3s from salmon and walnuts as high-performance oil for your mental engine. Blueberries? They're packed with antioxidants that act like bodyguards for your brain cells. And hey, even dark chocolate has flavonoids that boost blood flow. And don't sleep on probiotics from things like yogurt. A happy gut is directly wired to a happy brain. And of course, there's the other side of that coin, the brain saboteurs. Refined sugar gives you that quick high followed by an awful crash that just destroys your focus. Most processed foods are loaded with weird additives your brain doesn't know what to do with. And energy drinks? They might feel like a fix, but they're really just putting your nervous system on high alert, leaving you even more drained later. The last piece of our physical foundation is movement. We always think of exercise as being for our bodies, but it is one of the best things you can do for your brain. Moving your body stimulates the release of something called BDNF. The easiest way to think of it is like Miracle-Gro or fertilizer for your brain cells. It literally helps your brain grow new connections. It's amazing. Okay, physical foundation is in place. Now let's talk about the mind itself. This next part is all about taming the chaos and taking back control of your focus in a world that is basically designed to steal it. You ever try to juggle a few tasks at once and just end up feeling totally scattered and unproductive? Well, there's a scientific reason for that. It's called attention residue. When you switch from one task to another, a part of your brain is still stuck thinking about the last thing. So, multitasking? It's a myth. All you're really doing is rapidly switching tasks, and it costs you a ton of mental energy every single time.
So what's the antidote? Try doing a focus sprint. It's basically like high-intensity interval training, but for your attention span. You pick one and only one task. You kill all distractions. Phone off, notifications silenced. You work with total focus for, say, 25 minutes. Then you take a real break. This simple practice trains your brain to go deep again.
Another game changer is mindfulness. And this isn't some vague, feel-good idea. It has real, measurable, physical effects on your brain. Neuroscientists can actually see it. Mindfulness practice strengthens the prefrontal cortex, your hub for memory and decision-making, and it can literally shrink the amygdala, which is the brain's alarm center for stress.
And you do not have to go live in a monastery to do this. We're talking just a few minutes a day. Feeling stressed? Try some box breathing. It's super simple. Or just take a walk and leave your phone behind. The goal isn't to have a perfectly empty mind. The goal is just to notice when your mind wanders and then gently bring it back. That little action, that's the bicep curl for your brain.
All right, for our last section, let's talk about growth. Because keeping your brain in top shape for the long haul isn't just about maintenance. It's about actively keeping it engaged, curious, and connected. Think about this. A good conversation is one of the most complex things your brain can do. It's a full-on mental workout. You're activating language centers, pulling from memory, using empathy to read the other person, and solving problems in real time. It's not just social. It's a powerful cognitive exercise. And that leads us to this quote, which I absolutely love, because it just nails it. It's not age that makes our minds slow down. It's when we stop giving them new things to do. Lifelong learning isn't just a nice hobby. It is essential for keeping your brain young, flexible, and resilient. So how do you put that into practice? Just get curious. Read a book on a topic you know nothing about. Try to learn a few words in a new language. Play a game like chess that really makes you think. It's not about becoming an expert. It's about the active exploring of creating fresh pathways in your brain. So, when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway? Improving your brain isn't about some massive, intimidating life overhaul. Not at all. It's about the compound interest of small, consistent choices that you make every single day. A little more sleep, a healthier snack, a short walk, a few minutes of focus. It all adds up. So that really brings us to the end. The power to build a better brain is right there in your hands starting this very moment. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think on. What is one small thing you will do today to thank your brain for all the incredible work it does?